So today we're going to be installing these AIRTEC air ducts onto our M2. Now interestingly enough, on this M2, the actual flow for the air to the original ducting is really bad. Now this is quite interesting because we work with a lot of M cars here, and this is by far the worst one we've seen. So we've invented this new air duct for you to help increase airflow into your original airbox. Now the airbox is going to sit here on the M2, and you have a feed which comes out and it just stops right about here. Now there's actually not much or limited airflow going to the end of that feed, and even in the radiator pack here, there is a full piece of plastic stopping any airflow coming into here going to the original air ducts. Now our AIRTEC product is going to increase airflow coming into here, actually reaching the airbox and the air ducting here. Now this is going to require some cutting, but in the kit you'll receive some templates to draw around and cut around. Now these are going to help you locate exactly where you need to cut so you won't have any problems down the line.
So we are going to be needing to take the bumper off, so the best thing to do is get the car up in the air and firstly take the wheels off. Now we're firstly going to have to remove the wheel arch on each side, and they're held on by a bunch of 10mm. Now once you've got the wheel arch out the way, don't forget to unplug the connectors which plug to the bumper, and there's two 8mm hidden up at the top here connecting the bumper itself to the wing. Now the next thing we have to do is remove the entire under tray. So this is going to be a bunch of 10mm bolts, and it's going to come in 4 different pieces. We've got the front lip, the side panels, and also the main under tray itself. Now that's everything we need to do from underneath the car, so we can drop it down. Now the first thing to remove is the seal mounting panel. Now these are actually held on by 4 pop clips, but they are pretty tough, so you probably will need a proper tool like this one to get these off. Now that panel is hiding 10 Torx 30 bolts, and once you've got these Torx bolts off, that's the only thing holding the front bumper on. Now the front grille actually comes apart in 2 sections. So the first thing to remove is all of these 13mm bolts here. And then there's 3 Torx bolts to remove here. And then there's 4 10mm bolts here to remove as well. And then we're going to want to remove the front section of the grille just like this. Now the bonnet release cables are actually bolted to the rest of the metal frame that we actually want to remove. So you want to loosen these off by the 4 Torx bolts on either side, and then finally there's 4 plastic clips holding the front plastic grille on, and then you can remove that final metal cover that we need to get rid of.
So now you can see a much clearer picture of the limitations of the stock air feed. It actually ends here. This is the air feed going straight into the airbox, and there's actually no way the air can get to here because the bumper sits here, and this, where the air is being dreaded to the radiators, there's no way through. So where this actually is drawn in from the cold air feed is not great. So what this is going to do is we're going to cut a hole in this piece of rubber here, and we're going to insert an air feed like that. So any air that gets drawn into the front radiator section is going to come into this air feed and straight into the airbox, helping you reduce your cold air intakes.
Now using the template here, you can see there's a groove of that ridge that the template wants to sit on. So if you sit it on that ridge, and then the flat bit of the back of the template needs to sit up against the flat bit of the back of the rubber that you're cutting. So once you've got it lined up, draw a nice line around it and choose your favorite way of cutting this open. Now I found that a Stanley blade works great as it's sharp enough, but you also have a good bit to grab to kind of go back and forth because this plastic is thick in some places. And now you have a perfect size hole for the air duct to slide it through, and hopefully it'll be nice and neat for you as well. Now you might be tempted to leave it there, but there's just a couple more steps to make this secure as possible. There's 2 holes inside the air duct, and they're designed specifically to help you drill a hole through the plastic so you can put some pop clips in to be sure it doesn't move around when you're driving. After you put it up in place, I used a marker pen just to mark the holes, and you can easily get a 6mm drill bit through there, even if it might seem a little bit difficult to get the bottom one. Now the pop clips are supplied in the kit, and you want to install them this way from the middle outwards, and that's so that the ends don't disrupt any of the airflow. Now don't forget to do the other side, but after that you are done. And that is your air duct on your BMW M2 complete. And don't forget, we do them in a multitude of different colours as well.